Hello internet friends, the time has finally arrived. The classic turtles from Playmates are here in the UK. As you can see, I have got them. Somehow managed to get hold of them. They're still really hard to source, even in the specialist shops. I got these from Kapow Toys in the UK. If you go on their site now, most of them are gone. I think Raphael is still there, but they sell out really quick, and there seems to be no rhyme or reason to which of the specialist retailers are getting them, when they're getting them. For instance, I had the set of 4 turtles on pre-order from Comics and Cocktails for 6 months. They arrived in January. I ordered them I think in April or May last year, and they only arrived this year, but they seem to be filtering through. But as I say, not much rhyme or reason, and I'm finding it really difficult to find information about Playmates releases, when things are coming out. Retailers don't seem to know when they're coming out. They're as in the dark as we are these days. When things go up for pre-order, it seems to have no bearing on whether it's going to be out in a reasonable amount of time. So what can you do really, apart from, like, if I type online now classic turtles Playmates UK, some will come up that are on eBay, but there's no sites kind of covering, well, when can we expect these re-releases? There's no way to know. So what, as a YouTuber, can I do? Well, just let people know they are there and I've got them. And I did try to do a video about when I first started the channel, actually coming up on 12 months ago now, and tried to let people know the specialist retailers. So I'll put it up there, the link, and you can have a look at some of those specialists, but keep an eye on Kapow Toys and Comics and Cocktails, because those are ones that have definitely got them in. These were $11.95, and already if you go on eBay, the prices are over the odds. So you want to keep an eye out on those specialists, because you get them at a reasonable retail price. That's where you want to go first. But I've got most of them. As you can see, there are the 4 turtles, and they're really good recreations of the classics from the 90s. So even down to the fact that Donatello, so they all of the 4 turtles come with those original packing weapons, and they've done the paint to really try and recreate them. So Donnie is brown. Never made any sense that he was brown in the toys, because he wasn't in any of the media, but they've tried to recreate those colors. They're a little bit off. There's some good comparison videos on YouTube comparing the originals and these re-releases, and they've got pretty close. He's a bit darker, for instance, and I think Raphael, I mean, even the pose in the packet is how they were back in the day. Raphael with his arms up like that, and I think he's a bit paler than the original. But in terms of recreating the packaging, I think it's pretty much faultless. It's exactly what I want. They have been bringing out turtles in the US more regularly. They don't filter through to the UK, but when they bring them out, they have this splash banner tag at the bottom telling you what the character is in the package. And the originals never had that, so I didn't really want to pick up any of those. These that have finally filtered through to the UK actually have none of that splash on the front, and they're just very clean the way the originals were. So I'm glad these are the ones that have ended up, even if it's specialist retail, at least they're at retail in the UK, and they're very, very close. But what I was really looking forward to was, like, are they going to bring out any of the bad guys and the supporting characters? Is Splinter coming? No way to know. There's no information that I can find. Please, if you know a site that is looking into this stuff, please tell me, because I have no idea. I just looked on Facebook the other day, update from Kapow. Yeah, all these guys are here. The Foot Clan. I have such fond memories of this. This guy is a real nostalgia thing, and I remember thinking back in the 90s, these are nothing like the cartoon. What is going on with these figures? But then as you get older, of course, you want those originals. Like, why are they ape guys? Why are they shaped like that? It's weird. It's weird. It was always weird. But Shredder, you know, even as a kid, I knew his stance He's like that. But his legs are like spread. You can't do anything with him. Like, but apart from that pose, ninja pose, he's useless. But that's what I want in terms of recreation. That's what I remember. So Shredder is there. Of course, I got 2 Foot Clan. You got to army build a little bit. I'm not going crazy, but Bebop and Rocksteady, massive. I always liked Rocksteady a bit better than Bebop as the figure. I think the rhino head is great and it matches the body, but they're actually, I think they're about the same. No, is it slightly bigger package? Or if it is, it's like centimeters. But pretty much they're all on the same sort of package, but the art does change. And even the artwork, which I remember as a kid thinking that artwork's a bit naff. It's not the cartoon artwork, it looks like, but now I really like the stylized sort of, it's almost like Tintin or Asterix or something. It's not really refined artwork, it's just very colourful and very cartoony. I like that. Yeah, so you get all the bits you expect. I'm not taking these guys out of the package. They're staying in the package for me, and I'll show you at the back eventually. Yeah, and Rocksteady is actually a bit bigger than Bebop, but sorry, Bebop is bigger than Rocksteady. Yeah, very cool. I did have a look at some comparison videos looking at the originals and the re-releases. I'm not sure if there was more paint on the original. Like if you look here, the cuff around his wrist is the same color as his skin, for instance, and same thing with the belt. It's not silver, it's just black, and I think they were saying this is a little bit lazy, but for someone like me who's displaying these on a wall at a distance, dog barking, sorry about that. So yeah, anyone displaying them on the wall the way I am, I just want the overall effect. And looking up close, they are pretty close. It's kind of nitpicks, and maybe they are cost cutting a little bit. Who knows what the demand is for classics, but there must be a huge demand if they're bringing out whole lines of recreations like this. And finally, Splinter, not one of my favorites from being a kid. I can't even remember if I had him. I might have disliked him so much that I didn't even pick him up. But I want him now. I've got to get hold of him. And there are 2 more. Leatherhead is out and Krang is out, and I haven't been able to find them in the UK. They weren't with this deluge that came from Kapow Toys. I just went through Kapow Toys. Yes, I want everything. Because it is so hard to know when things are coming, when what's down the pipe. I don't know. I mean, we might get to, are these going to be super rare? Is this the only opportunity we're going to have to get them? Or 6 months from now, will these be everywhere? Might they even turn up in Smith's Toys or something? Who the hell knows at this point? One thing is for sure, I've stopped doing pre-orders. If you're going to be waiting 6 months to a year for a toy, or for a collectible, or for anything on pre-order, I'm not doing it. It takes the fun out of it for me. It's like, I want to know that I'm buying that thing and it's going to arrive in a couple of days. Forget about it being on a store shelf these days, but you get the excitement and that anticipation. What's exciting about, oh, at some point in the future I'll get something that I was excited about 6 months ago. It's a sucky system, pre-ordering, and I don't care anymore if I miss out on things. I'm just waiting for them to appear, and if they never appear, I never get them. I don't give a shit. I hate pre-orders at this point, so I'm just glad these guys turned up. Snap them, grab them when they turn up, and if they don't turn up in the future, screw it, I don't care anymore. But I really want to get Leatherhead and Krang. Hopefully they'll expand it in the future into, I remember the Rock guy he's one that I really have a vivid memory of playing with, that guy, so I want to get hold of him. Who knows if the line will end here? I really don't know at this stage. There is another thing that I have less association with, but Slimehouse did a really good video all about them. I will link that up here as well for people to have a look at. It's the storage shell turtles, which I don't really have a memory of. I think I have a vague memory of them from as follow-up to the turtles, like the turtles in samurai outfits, surfing turtles, all that. I never got into it. I think as a kid I was like, I've got the turtles, I don't need different versions of the turtles. But they look like cool figures, and as I say, Slimehouse did a video. I will link it on the end screen as well if you missed it. And yeah, check out he's another fan of turtles. My advice would be to act. What is my advice in terms of getting hold of these figures? It's hard to tell people what to do, isn't it? And I don't know what to say. Strike while they're available, or wait and wait until there's a surplus and you can get them cheap. Just don't know at this stage. Let me know if you're going to pick these up, what you think of these recreations. Thank you for watching the channel. Hope you're enjoying the videos. Loads of comedy videos to do with Transformers at the minute, and I'm slowly working through the 86 series, doing reviews of those. So sub up if you enjoy that kind of toy chat and toy silliness. I've been Napyet, and I'll see you next time. Bye.